Hello, good morning, good noon, good afternoon, and good evening everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to GUNPLA Show. And today we'll have a full review of the ASTRAY Red Frame in Master Grade 1100. And this is not from Bandai, but this is from DABAN Model, as in the old version of it. Okay, so this is the ASTRAY Red Frame Kai, because as you can see, there is that big sword at the back. It's the tactical arms. And before we go to our proper review, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you'll be informed for my next videos. So let's have first a full 360 spin of this amazing kit. Let's go. Okay, so that is the full 360 spin of the Master Grade 1100 ASTRAY Red Frame Kai by DABAN Model. So, as you can see, this kit is not a straight build because as you saw it in my last vlog, which is the speed build, and also the quick look, I show you that I painted the kits or some parts of these kits with some red. As you can see, the red now is something glossy, and also some green, clear green parts there, and also the black parts. So as we go on in this review, I will just specify some parts that I colored with those spray cans. Yep, I only use spray cans in coloring my kits because I don't still have the budget for the airbrush. So next time maybe. First, as usual, I will talk about first the aesthetics of the main unit itself, and then we will talk about its additional things or additional weapons and equipments that can be installed in this unit. So now let's get it and let's go to our proper review of the main unit. Okay, so now we take out those big swords and some katanas at the side of the legs of this kit. Okay, so first let's have the aesthetics. Okay, so if you will just have a straight build on this kit, the color of the red is not this glossy. Okay, so you will have just those plain red, and I think I still have those plain red in this part. Yep, here as an example. So as you can see there, this red, let me focus it right there. So the red there is not the same with the red that you can see on the other part. So it's like an orange red. So it's very pale for me. That's why I choose to spray it with some metallic red or a Honda red Bosny. But I don't have those silver colored. That's why the effect of metallic have failed. That's why it just give me some glossy look. And then the black here, the black, I don't know if I still have those black. No, so all of the black here was painted by Mate Black, so that's why it has this some kind of matte finish, as you can see there, and it's more nice than the out of the box color of this one. And then we have some gray, which is the gray parts here are only this one here. As you can see, it's now in metallic silver because I painted it, hand painted it with some this one. It's not metallic, it's chrome silver. So this is the paint that I use for this part here, because the gray is, I think it's so dull. So for me, it's a nice look of it. And next is here, up here, as you can see there, those green, it should be green foil sticker. I thought the sticker is not so reflective, that's why I choose to paint it with some metallic green from the GUNDAM marker. And this is the GUNDAM marker that I use. This is the metallic green. So I don't painted it outside, but I painted it inside, the inside parts or the inner parts of the head part here, so that you still have those clear parts effect. right there. As you can see, it can still capture those lights. And also at the back, the same. I painted the back part of those clear parts so that still have those clear part effects. And also I painted the fingers right here. So the fingers is only all red here, full red colored fingers. But as I saw it on the anime, yes, and some illustrations that I searched in Google, and also at the box, I saw it that it has some those white parts. It must have those white parts. Okay, so that's why I painted it in white. I think it's in the metal build version that it has those white parts in the fingers, but it's much more presentable that I painted this in white. Okay, and also after that I just put some panel lines, some of the parts here, so that we can see some details, because it will be so boring if we don't have those highlights or those panel lines right there. Okay, and another one, those little red right there, it should be stickers, but I choose to paint it red, and this very simple painting which I just used the Gundam marker red. Okay, so I showed the painting process in my speed build, so you can see there how I paint it. And yep, I paint some of those in the runners. I know you can criticize me on that, but it's okay. Because I know that some of the parts here are hidden also, so it's okay. And there's no knob marks at all, as you can see there. Yep, there's no knob marks because I painted it in red also. Okay, so if there's something that has knob marks, I painted it again with red. And also there are so many panel line opportunities, that's why you should panel line your master grades. Okay, even inside there I choose to panel line it, but just a lazy panel line, it will not be shown always. That's why I just put something, but not too much. I just focus the panel line, especially on the white parts right there, so the details will pop out. So the head there, you have the eyes also. I also painted that eyes. I don't use the sticker because the sticker is so awful. There are so many issues here, and I will tell you after this part right here. So in the head, I just choose to color the eyes in green, the metallic green, using the Gundam marker, and also this part here, which I choose to color it more black, and this is a separate piece. Okay, and then the red also, it's a separate part here. So there are parts here, especially this red here is also separate. So the shoulders, there are some details right here, an armored white shoulder, and also at the back it's like a vent here. And then as you can see, those details right there, so nice. And also right here at the arms, which is very good, at the back, and also at the front of the legs. Now let's talk about its articulation. Okay, so let's start first in the head. So the head can go up and down. It can also move left, but can only do that in that part, and also right. I don't know if can go 360. Okay, I will not just force it because there are some colors here, these black colors right there. Okay, so it will bump, the chin will bump right there, and also here, so it can't go more on that part. It has some of the chicken neck, as you can see there. There is that wiggle right there. Okay, so it can go back if you want it to go look upward and also downward. Now let's go to the shoulders. Shoulders can move. I think it can't go 360 because the armor will bump at the back part and it will be removed. Okay, so it can just go right this part. As you can see there, the piece here was removed already, so it cannot go 360. That is the highest part of the rotation. At the next part also, I think it can go. Okay, so that also will be the last part of the rotation, and we'll put it back right there. And the arms here, it can go move upward. Yep, it can still go up, but again, just be careful of this armor here, this white armor. It can still go up right there. Okay, the same with the other part, so that is the highest part, which because the white armor will bump to the head, and also the red part inside will bump into its neck. So I think that's the highest part of this kit can go, its shoulders and arms. Okay, so now let's have its elbow. It has this mechanism which it can bend, but the bend of this far only, but it has this kind of articulation which this armor will go with the formation. Okay, right there. Okay, so it has those elbow movement, and also it has this some movement right here on the wrist, which it can be separated. It has its own articulation right here. It's very rare for a kit to have this kind of articulation in this part. It's so unique. So as you can see, it can move right there, and another one right here. So it can go up and go back its normal place. Okay, so now in the wrist can go 360. Just be careful with the fingers. Now we'll go to the fingers. So the fingers here, the thumb is separated. The other thumb here at the first here is separated also, but the three here are connected to each other. So it can move, can make some knuckle hand right there. But yep, it's not so accurate to have those hands, because especially this thumb, just be careful because it can go more, but I'm so afraid that I will break the balls right here, or the ball joint right there. See? So just be careful again and again. So just don't force it, because as I'm doing this articulation, we already have some stress mark here at the connection of the ball joints there in your fingers. So next, let's have the waist. Let's see if we can have some ab crunch. Okay, so as I know, you can have some ab crunch if you pull up some of the waist part, and yep, oh, whoop, it's just so little ab crunch, but the movement of the waist inside waist in the right and on the left is so good. That's nice. Okay, so it can have those movement, so it's very nice. I don't know if it has a back movement right there. Nothing. A little bit of ab crunch. Okay, so that's it. And it has a cockpit, but I think I will not, because it's so hard to get those cockpit out. Okay, so I just have this opening right there. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so I open it. Okay, see, so if you open the cockpit, there is a possibility that this part here will be removed. Okay, so just be careful. So as I open the cockpit, you can see there the pilot of the ASTRAY Red frame, and it is tilted at the right side. I don't know if it is because of how they mold it. Maybe the cockpit is so small for him. Okay, so let's just put it back right there. Okay, so I close the cockpit. I will not open it again anymore. Okay, so now let's move on the movement of the waist. So the waist can just go in that part, and then another one in that part. So as an MG or a master grade, it's so disappointing that it can't go 360, because some of the kits can go 360, even they are just an HG or a high grade. But let's put it into consideration that this kit is already old, very old. I don't know what year it was released, but it's an old kit, an old master grade. So that's why let's just consider those cons already. Okay, so that's the movement only. Again, it has some little ab crunch only, very little ab crunch. Okay, so now let's have the front skirt. So the front skirts, I don't know if it has a movement. Yep, it has a ball joint a little bit of ball joint right there. Just be careful on moving them. Yup, it has some movement. Can go something up and then down, but the most part of this skirt is just staying right there and that part. Okay, pull joint of your front skirt was connected on your side skirts also, which the side skirts were so little, so small. It has this movement only. It can go here and there. It can go up a little bit and then down, just like that. So as you can see there, it has some separate movement. It has a ball joint right there, and you can put it back together when you push it at the center. And then at the back part, this back skirt has a movement also, and this one also can be detached because it's the part where you can put some of those attachment, your weapons. Now let's go to the legs. We can go that far, and then let's see some of the knee bend. Give me a knee bend, man. It's so hard. Why? Okay, right there. Whew. Did you hear it? There have some snaps right there, so just you can move those legs, those knees. I think this is the full bend of it because it has this mechanism. So I filed this part here so that it can go in on that hole at the knee. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so it has this mechanism that it can go in, right back in, right there. Okay, so as it folded the knee, we have this bend of the knee. There is some showing of those inner part here and here, and also here, and this part here will move. This, especially this one, just get tighter because of the paints. Okay, so we can also have that bend, but that's the full bend of it, as you can see, and it's also showing some the inner parts or the frames of the red frame. And then just be careful in putting it back. Just hold this one so that the sneak up here will not pop out. Okay, that's it. Okay, so that's the articulation for the leg. Now let's go to its feet. So the feet here, it has this movement. It can go a little bit of swivel right here. Yep, it has a swivel right and left. Then the ankle guard here, there's a little bit, and it can go this way. And just be careful, just what happened here. It pops out just a little bit right there, and also right here. I don't know if we have some movements in here. Yep, there is. So you can bend this one and also back, and this one. So I need to remove it just to show you the articulation, because when it is attached, I think it will be removed. Okay, so you can have this right there. So it's like it's having those move right here, right there, if you want to post it right like this one. So that is the articulation, this very hard articulation. Whew. So at the back, nothing. So it has just those vents, another of the aesthetics. That is just the unit. Is very long because of those very hard articulations. Okay, so let's have now the next part, which is showing you the extra parts or the weapons. So let's go. Okay, so first is we have this katana. This is the Gerbera straight. So this is the very nice katana of ASTRAY Red Frame. So it's not just a single one here, but it has two. So you can, the scabbard can be pulled out, and you can get and pull out the sword itself, and it is painted in chrome silver. Wow, it's so nice in the light. So you just need to clean it, let the silver paint showed more. Okay, and just be careful in putting it back, because you have this guide here. You should put it back in this kind of position also, so you can put it there, back there. Just be careful, don't let it bend, let it bend and bend, because it may break. Okay, and while putting it back and forth, there are some paints that part of the paints, I don't know if you can see it, parts of the paints of the silver coating here remove. Okay, so just be careful. Okay, also this gold parts here is very nice, but the gates of the runners is not so good because as you can see, let me focus the gold parts right there. As you can see here, there are some knob marks right there. There, that one, and then another one here, because they don't have those undergate parts. All the parts, another one here. So all the parts are on the side. The runners were connected at the side of the parts. That's why if you cut it, you will also cut some of the gold platings or the gold coatings. Okay, so that's why it will have those knob marks, and it's very hard. If you will file it, you will also get those gold parts right here. So I just leave it alone like that. Okay, also right here, this one, it's okay, but I think the okay, right here, the knob marks is right here. So the sprues or the runners are connected in here, then another one here also, and here it has 3 connections. This one, this part, this another part, and this one. So at this part here, they put the connection of the runners at this part and also in this part. It's not nice that you will have those knob marks on some gold and silver platings. Okay, so but the design of the sword here, the scabbard of the sword is very nice. It has those panel line opportunities right there, and also the red part here, I painted it red, so that's why it has the same colors of your frames here. And also this one here, this is not part of the scabbard, this is the holding part of the scabbard, because you will put this one at the side of your legs. Okay, and you have this clip mechanism here, this something right like this one, this like rectangular hole here, and you will clip in this something peg here, but it's not so secure. That's why just be careful, because it will not let those 2 parts to be connected. Then we have another one, and just pop it in. So now let's go to its main weapon. It's so big, it's more taller than the unit, and this is here their tactical weapon. Okay, so the tactical weapon has different forms. So I think I need to take the main unit out first, and we will talk about more on the tactical weapon right here. Okay, so now this is your tactical weapon or your tactical arms. It's very big. It's more bigger than my hand or longer than my hand right here. So you can even use it just like a knife. But again, it's not a knife. It's a tactical weapon here. So the tactical weapon has different forms. We have here, what you can see here is the sword form, because obviously it's like a sword. So now let's try to transform it into its different form. So we'll transform this first into the arrow form. Okay, so according to instructions, you need to detach this one. So it has a PC here. Okay, so you need to detach because this part here is in this way. Move right there and then attach it in reverse. Yep, in reverse. Okay, am I correct? Yep, it's correct. So you need to attach it in reverse right there. Okay, so it will have this form like that. Okay. So that's the arrow form, but it's not yet over. So after this one, we can have this effect part here, this yellow beam saber, which is also included in the kit, which you can put it here, right there. So it will have those. That is the arrow. So the ASTRAY Red frame can hold it here. So you can also use the stand. Okay, so I will show you the stand now, because the stand can also help, because you can put this arrow form here like that, so it has its own carrier, because weapon is so big and it's so heavy for the unit itself, so it needs this stand so that the ASTRAY Red frame can hold it. So it can still have different movements here. So this one here can rotate and rotate, so it depends on you and how you will do it. Okay, so after this I will let you show a quick look of how the ASTRAY Red frame will hold this arrow form. Okay. Okay, so that's how we will transform your tactical weapon into its arrow form. Okay, so I think that's hard and it's not so easy. So during the transformation, I keep on looking at the instructions right here. As you can see here, that's the arrow form. And with this arrow form of the tactical weapon, we need to have the stand, so your ASTRAY Red frame can handle it or can hold it firmly. But inside the hands of your ASTRAY Red frame, you have this little peg here, that little peg here, that red right there. So we have that peg there that can attach to the tactical arm in your arrow form. As you can see right now, the ASTRAY is not holding anymore in the tactical weapon in arrow form, because it keeps on detaching. So that will be the form of the ASTRAY Red frame in its arrow form. That's it. So now we will try to transform it again into another form. They call this is a delta form. So let's try to have the delta form. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so now this is the delta form, and from the arrow form you just need to twist this up from the side, and then another one here, and then the trigger part here, you just need to pull it out here from that position. You will just twist it, and again please be careful in twisting and pulling some parts, because you know it's bootleg, that is easy to break, so just be careful. So that is the delta form, and now let's go to its V form, and the V form is just very easy. So that is the V form. That is the V form from the delta form. And this one here must go back in that place, and this one. So that is the V form. Okay, now let's have the tactical weapon into its flight form. Let's go. Okay, so this is your flight form. Yup, it's the flying form. So we need the ASTRAY Red frame, and let's try to see it if it is attached in your ASTRAY. So let's see if we can do it. Okay, so this is your ASTRAY, and still in the form of the arrow form. Okay, so that's how it is, and I think we need the help of the stand. Okay, so there it is, the flight form of your tactical weapon. Okay, so that's the flight form. It's literally flying. Okay, you need the help of this stand here, so that you can have this flight form. And yeah, it's like a backpack now. And but again, this form relies really in the stand, because if you don't have the stand, it cannot manage the weight here. And so now let's have another time lapse to transform it again to its sword form. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so there it is, our tactical weapon. It's in its sword form, so it's back to its original form right here. So now the ASTRAY red frame here can handle the sword form, but again, we need the help of our stand. So if you are using the sword form, there are some rectangular holes right there, and we have some pegs, as I tell you before, and then now it can hold your sword. But because of the very big and very heavy, that's it. So you really need the help of your stand. So, another cons here is that your sword having these fitting issues, which it will not close automatically, so you need to force it. Okay, but still there's still some gaps right there. Okay, yeah, okay, that's it. So we need the help of the stand in order to insert it right here, so that the stand can hold the sword and adjust the stand into a certain height. Okay, so that's it. That's our sword form. And now we use the stand in order for the ASTRAY red frame to carry the sword. And you can also use the other hand here to hold in this part, or in this another part right here. So it's so hard to pose. So if you pose this particular kit in one pose, it's much better if you say it right like that, so you will not stress out of having those loose joints and some parts that keep on falling. Okay, so that's the tactical weapon now. Okay, so now we will try to put the katana on the hand of your ASTRAY red frame. Okay, so let's try it. It can have some poses, which it's like holding the sword from your scabbard right there. Wow, it's so nice. It's like the ASTRAY red frame really depicts the samurai-like life of some Japanese. Okay, so again, remember on sticking or attaching the blades or the scabbards within the legs, the point or the curve must be in this part. Okay, so now let's try to attach the blades into the hand. So let's try this part right here. So let's put it here, and as you can see, let's talk about first about the blade and the handle of the katana right here. So the handle here has a rectangular peg again, and both of it, so you can use it from whichever hand, the right or left one. So, and again, we have some pegs in the hand, so it can be attached. So let's try to attach this one. Okay, so that's it, like that. So as you can see, just very nice. It has that katana. Using the katana. Whoa. So let's try the other one. So it's not that hard, but again, it's not so stable also. So there are times that maybe your the hands will fall or the katana will fall, so just be careful. And again, these katanas were only held by pegs and peg holes, rectangular peg holes, so the hands is not really holding it. It's just a peg of the palm. So just be careful. And now, let's talk about those spare parts or some extra parts that is included in this kit, which we will not use because some of these are used for the ASTRAY blue frame. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so these are the extra parts. So these parts were not used for the ASTRAY red frame. So we have here, we'll take a look first at the gold part. So you have an option if you will use this kind of gold, which is very dull for me. That's why I use the gold coated one. So you can have these options if you will use this one, this gold one. And also we use the other beams in the earlier part of the video, and we have an extra one which it has these two yellow clear beam effects for the arrow form. Okay, and we also have some red parts here, and yep, this is for the stand, which we can also attach this at the bottom for attaching it in the base. Okay, and we have this also some extra for the stand also. And again, this also is for the stand. Yep, I think this is for holding the sword. And then there are still so many parts here, which I don't know which part we can use them. And we have some poly cups here, which also an extra part. Okay, and some black parts that I think will be used for your blue ASTRAY. Okay, it has a duplicate part of the feet. Okay, so there it is, another part here. Then we have some like this part right here. I don't know what part is this one. And we also have these sword little daggers right here. I don't know if you can attach these to your ASTRAY red frame right here, but I know that this will be part of your ASTRAY blue frame. Another part here, which I don't know also which part. If we can attach this one into your red frame, and I think this one can be here. Maybe not. Okay, so it's just a random thought. Okay, so that's it for the extra parts of our ASTRAY red frame, and I think that's it. Okay, so before we end this review, I forgot that there are some stickers right here. You have some, I think this is for a rubbing sticker. So a dry transfer. I know because this is not, yep, it's a dry transfer. So you need to rub it into the surface of the kit, so it will transfer to the kit. Okay, that's why it's called dry transfer. And we also have some transparent stickers here that I think should be transferred to the tactical weapon or tactical arms. And we have some also foil stickers here, which I didn't use because I just painted, as I told you earlier in the aesthetics of the kit. Okay, so that is the stickers. But even this is a knockoff or a bootleg, the aesthetics is very nice. I painted it the red. If you just put some effort, painted it some red, or it's much better if it is a metallic red. For me, it becomes a shiny red because I don't have those chrome silvers for the base coating. And also, I painted the black more in matte black. That's why it has that kind of vibe right there. Because the out-of-the-box black color is not so great. So it needs some effort, it needs some customizations, it needs of your ideas so that the kit's potential will pop out. So even it's knockoff, it's still good, especially in aesthetics. The ASTRAY, even it is in a knockoff or bootleg, the ASTRAY's aesthetics is still very nice. But the cons, you can find all the cons in the articulations, transformation, especially of the tactical arms, and some of the poses, some limited poses, because this kit is based on the earlier release master grade of ASTRAY red frame. And if you want more articulated ASTRAY red frame, if you're in Bandai, you must go to the higher resolution because that is more better. And if you also have some extra budget right there, go for the PG or the perfect grade. But the perfect grade doesn't have the tactical weapon. It has the backpack or the I'll Strike backpack, but still it has the katana. And if you are in the bootleg or third party kits, you can have the Daban, still the Daban, and I think there's some other brand of the third party kits that has the ASTRAY red frame. Okay, so just find the red frame that you really want. But this kit here, again, it has so many cons, but for me, aesthetic, if you pose it, still it will look nice, as you can see there. And this is very big, especially if you attach the sword form of the tactical weapon or tactical arms at the back. It becomes a backpack. It's very big and ginormous kit. So before we end it, let's have a little bit of comparison of some kits here. So I will get some kits here. So this is a comparison of the HG00 diver. So as you can see, the 00 diver is so little right here. And let me get another one. Let's have an SD comparison. So this is the SD. As you can see, the SD is so small because, as you know, SD here is shorter. And let's have another master grade. Let me get another one. This is your master grade death sight from the Endless Waltz version. Oh, this is my old build. So now you see the difference in size. And I still have the mega size RX78-2, but I know it will not fit in this camera right here. So as you can see, we have some extra spaces right now because the ASTRAY red frame is so big, large kit right here, especially if we attach the tactical arms or the tactical weapons at the back. Okay, so that's it. That's how we end this review. It's very long because you know, some pros and cons of these kits. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching my review, for staying in my channels, for subscribing, for liking, and even you dislike, thank you so much. Still, thank you. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you'll be informed for my next videos. Okay, so this is Jake De La Paz signing off. Gunpla Bear Show signing off. And we have this big ASTRAY here. Bye-bye. Woo!